So please welcome Kara Knudson.
This is working. Okay, so if any of you have been imbibing tonight, maybe you'll understand some of what this is about. It's called a Spoonerism, and it was started by somebody named Reverend Spooner, and he used to give sermons on Sundays, and sometimes his tongue would get a little twangled, and that's happened to all of us at one time or another, where we've been talking and words just don't come out right. So if you have been indulging a little bit, you might understand why you're hearing what you're hearing. And it's a little poem I found, so starkle, little twink. Who the heck you are, I think. I am not under the affluence of Inca all. Like some thinkle peep, I am. I had tea martinis and a scuttle of botch. And the drunker I sit here, the longer I get. So that's just a little preview of Spoonerisms, or backward language, as some people say. There are about, hundreds of versions of Cinderella out there. And I heard this at a storytelling convention down in Illinois, and I just kind of was enthralled with it, that people could do this. And so I thought I wanted to learn how to do it. Online, there's many different Spoonerisms. Online, it's called DIncerella, but I do the one that's called DIncerella. And this was a request, so that's why we're doing it again, even though some of you may have heard it before. Once upon a whime, in a corn country, there lived a beautiful girl named DIncerella. DIncerella lived with her mugly other and her two sister ugglers, who liked to sit around reading magazines and eating potato pips, while they made DIncerella flop the moors and do all the other chasty nors. Now that was a shirty dame. Now it hosts happened that there also lived in this corn country a pransome hince. And one bay for his dearth bay, the pransome hince, he decided to throw a bancy fall and invite all the beautiful girls to come so he might wind a fife. Naturally, DIncerella's mugly other and her two sissy ugglers were going to that birthday party. They even bought dancy fresses to wear. They left DIncerella home, mopping the flitchin' core. Well, she couldn't go to the Bancy Fall anyway, because all she had to wear were ruddy dags. So she cracked down inside. Hoo-boo, hoo-boo. But ever near, all of a sudden, her Gary godmother appeared. She happed her clan, spoke some wagic murs as she changed DIncerella's ruddy dags into a dragnificent mess with a stink mole. She gave her a kig boach from a pipe rello yumpkin and hick horses, and told her to go to that Bancy Fall and to have a wonderful whime, but to be sure to leave by the mocha stridnight when the bell would be spoken. DIncerella thanked her Gary godmother from the bottom of her bart as she climbed into that kig boach and set off to the Poyo Rallis. The Golden Goach arrived at the Poyo Rallis in a doubt of clust. DIncerella was met at the dunt floor by the pransome hince. He'd seen her coming from a wooden hendo. He was tossing quite a tardy for the teeful of the pound, and the pransome hince spent hours hancing with the publi linces, while the two sissy ugglers stood violently sigh, not recognizing their suitable bister in her goyle garments. Naturally, DIncerella and her pransome hince lull and fuv, just hutching her hand, said, "Booscumps." And just as he was about to lip her kiss, the bell was spoken. And it was time to leave. So he started from the roll boom, and while stunning down the long reps, she slopped her dipper and disappeared into the night. The pransome hince picked up that slop dripper, and he vowed to look all over for the corn country for the beautiful burro whose foot slitted the fipper. The next day he tied all over town to find the lady dainty. Finally, he came to DIncerella's house. First he tried to slit the fipper on the sad mistress. It fitn't it. Tried to slit the fipper on the mugly other. It fitn't at her either. Finally, he slit the fipper on DIncerella's fainty tootsie, and it fid it. And DIncerella and her pransome hints were mappily harried and have lappily or ever fafter.